Hello, we're going to watch the
Hi.
epilogue for Battlefield 1 now. We've finished the
Yeah.
story.
We don't know what it is, so it may just be a
It
cutscene.
may just be credits.
Yeah.
It's a message to all those who fought, so...
Oh, awesome.
One day,
Should we not joke over this then?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Light joking.
Just tiny joking.
By one side or the other.
Knock knock.
Guns will rust. Grass
Tell.
will
Knock
grow.
knock.
Who's there?
Shut up.
There'll be nothing.
Shut up, who?
The land
Shut up and be
will
respectful.
Ooh, that's cool.
as
The
everything
Yeah.
else
Plants
These are
are
really
cool.
nice shots.
will be long gone by then, but maybe not forgotten. History only remembers 1 in 1,000 of us. Then the future will be filled with stories of who we were and what we did,
And a game will be made.
how we fought, and how we died.
And how our hats got turned up on the side.
This is all over and the war is
that
won.
actually rhymed.
I know, that's what I said.
Us. But until that day comes, we will stand. We will look death in the eye. And we will fight.
So how did you feel about Battlefield 1 then? Enjoy it?
That was Battlefield 1. Yeah.
I liked
It was
I liked
sweet.
it. There,
I
there was,
really... Go on.
there were some moments where it was a bit slow and could have used a bit of tightening up a little bit here and there, but as an overall, I think it was respectful.
Until we talked over it.
It was respectful considering the content.
Yes,
which
of
is
course.
rare. Like that's not something that a lot of. I guess it's to do with modern society now as well. Is that you have to be a lot more careful about what you say and how you treat subjects like this now
Yeah.
than you would do, say, if you made this game in the 80s or the 90s. Like that wouldn't necessarily be a consideration at all. So I think it was respectful in that sense, but it was fun. I enjoyed it.
I really
like
liked the
a bit
format.
slow. I think the first 2 levels were much slower than the others. I liked the on foot stuff more than the vehicle stuff, definitely.
However, the amount of difference in things you could actually do, though, the variety was quite a nice,
Yeah.
refreshing change from a lot of the
Yeah, yeah.
shooters that I've played personally.
Yeah,
Um,
it's definitely it didn't follow the same kind of template as modern shooters do at the moment.
I enjoyed
Which
the
is
episode
good.
format, I must admit.
Yeah, swapping between the different battlefields and the different characters. The only thing that I would say is if it was a bit longer, so you get to know the character a bit more and the situation, and
Yeah, that did seem rushed, but I mean, they give a good hour to an hour and a half per person, and the average game is about between 6 to 8 hours now.
Yeah, yeah.
In the action genre, anyway.
yeah,
So I'd probably say it ties off about right. But then again, I've always found that these games are a little bit too intense to play for like 10 hours.
Yeah, I see
But
what
on
you
the
mean.
other
Yeah,
side
yeah.
of things, there was a few stealth sections which we just charged through.
Oh yes, but I like shooting people
So-
in the head. So
All right, easy. We're being recorded, remember? You see, I played this because
sniping
I
is
love
my
it.
favourite thing in shooters. That is definitely what
Have you
I
actually-
like to do.
Have you played the sniper games?
No, I've
Sniper
not,
Elite?
and I watched some footage of one of them. I think it's the newest one that's going to be coming out next year sometime. It's
Yeah, I
Sniper
think
Elite
it's
3
early
or
next
something,
year.
isn't it?
4. It should be the 4th one.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I might
So
I
I've
might
got
give that a
3.
go. I wouldn't mind trying that. Maybe we'll do one episode on it or something.
See if you can get a demo, because I've got Sniper Elite 3 on my PS4. So
All right. Yeah, I'll have to give it a go.
do the share play. We'll set up. We'll have a share play on it. I'll
Share
leave.
blue.
Yeah, if that works.
Yeah, give it a go.
We haven't actually. I don't think we've tried that yet. Have we share play?
Share blue. Yeah. It's I enjoyed it. It was good.
Good.
It's, the multiplayer was a bit. I found that a bit disappointing, to be honest.
How so?
Some of it just felt unfair, even though it's probably my ability as a shooter player. There were
Okay.
some sections where I felt like I spawned, got killed, spawned, got killed, spawned, got a shot from halfway across the map by a tank of all things,
Yeah.
and that gets really frustrating.
I've heard a few things about that, saying that it seems like everyone else is a bullet sponge and you're made of paper.
That is basically it, and that's how I felt playing the online. And it was, I don't know whether I said this in one of the other episodes, but I was playing it one evening, and I found myself getting more and more cross while I was playing it, and I swapped to playing Overwatch, and just had such a good evening from then on.
Yeah.
And I think I think if the mechanics are great. The shooting mechanics, all that kind of stuff is fine. I think it's the balancing. There's just probably something a little bit off with the balancing. And once they patch it, it'll be fine. It's not the actual... I don't think it's the game or the levels or anything like that that's wrong. I think it's literally that just things aren't balanced quite right.
That seems
so
fair.
it's whether people have access to... Another thing that I found quite annoying was leveling up was slow. And I'm guessing that's, again, because I wasn't playing very well. I wasn't getting enough experience. So I wasn't leveling up often. If you don't level up often, it takes several levels before you can buy a gun. So I was also finding that I couldn't buy more equipment to try it out because I was waiting to level up so much. That was quite frustrating too. So you go, right, I want to try that gun out because that seems to be how I'd like to play. But actually, you then have to play with the other guns that you didn't like for lots and lots and lots of missions. Before you could even get close to buy the one that you want to try out. And then you'd buy it, try it out, not like it, and then and then be stuck with that. Yeah, that was something as well that I just found quite frustrating, to be honest.
Oh, that's a shame. You liked all the previous Battlefield multiplayer as well, didn't you?
Battlefield 4, I was all over that for ages. I unlocked like everything and just played it all the time. But I did play it on PS4, so that is maybe where the difference is that I'm using mouse and keyboard instead of... doing it on a console.
Oh, maybe, yeah. Is that the first? Is this the first sort of major shooter you've played on PC since?
Yes, apart from Overwatch, but obviously there's no single player for that. I think that is the first one.
Why is Simon Payne on there twice? Never mind.
Keep bringing the pain.
Maybe they're twins with the same name, just to save confusion. Simon, they both go, yeah.
There's someone. I can't tell if that's going to be Irish or Australian. I think it's going to be Irish.
I thought it was Mumford and Sons.
Can you hear that? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, at least we could talk over these credits. We couldn't talk over the Dark Souls ones because they just started singing really loudly.
Oh god, the volume went up massively.
I felt honestly, when we finished that recording, I felt so disrespectful for about 6 hours after. I was like, we really should. And then you went, oh yeah, it was really loud. And I was like, oh okay, that makes sense.
It was so loud. It was just ridiculous. There was just like high-pitched wailing going on as the credits went. I don't know. I'm not a great believer of having to share the credits for a playthrough, but it's,
I don't know. I quite like it.
As a viewer, I think unless what they were talking about was interesting, I wouldn't stay and watch it just because I want to watch the credits roll. I'd stay and watch it because the people chatting over it were interesting.
Yeah, fair enough. It's weird. Whenever I finish something, I always watch the credits.
Yeah, I'm not that fast, and it's strange because that is kind of the industry that I'm in. But I suppose with apps, you don't really have that recognition either. So I guess I just don't expect to have it. So I don't expect to do it.
Fair enough.
Look at all these people who made this thing.
I'd love to work in that. That'd be great. I'd love to work in that sort of thing. I'd love for my name to be in credits on a game.
Oh, the credits for my bin men. That's what I want.
The bin men? What are you on about?
They just put a bit of paper on my bin saying, your rubbish today was collected by... And then it just tickers through.
Your rubbish today was collected by a convict.
Congratulations. He's taking it home for his personal collection.
Me and a friend of mine were taking some stuff to the tip once, and we took a broken down old plug-in oil radiator.
Oh yeah.
And we got stopped, and I thought, oh, "Fuck, here we go. You can't put it anywhere."
Yeah,
this bloke went, "Is that metal?" I was like, "Well, it's a radiator." He's like, "Well, can I have it?" Yes.
It doesn't work.
You can. Bye.
Well, there's copper's worth a bit, but I think
is it metal? What metal is it? I don't know, man. It's fucking broken. It's a broken radiator. Do you want it?
Because people break into like work sites, don't they, and steal the copper pipe in.
Yeah, I've been on so many sites with that. It's so much fun. Just go in and there's an angry plumber on a Monday morning. Oh, my pipe's gone.
Why did you leave them there? That's yeah. Why aren't they locked away somewhere?
The best ones when they take when they just leave it somewhere on a site that's not locked up.
Yeah.
Because most of the times, here's the big secret, people: the building industry lies to you. If you go past the site,
no way.
Says like, oh, there's cameras in effect here. Yeah, there may be cameras, but they're not on.
Nobody's checking them anyway.
There's nothing on there. It's like
that's like down on Clacton Seafront. All the cameras there are fake. They're all plastic.
Oh yeah, definitely. Think about the amount of surveillance that is technically and theoretically around, right? And then they go, oh, we've seen this guy on CCTV, but because the picture's so low quality, they never catch the bugger anyway. So, what does he look like? He looks like a person. Okay, that's enough to go on.
Great stuff. Go figure.
Oh god, we're only on D.
It's just a list of names now. I don't even know what this is for.
F. Hang on. Next comes G.
Then H follows.
I've heard a nasty room. I next. Oh, we shouldn't subject people to this because we've run out of things to say.
Yeah, it just keeps going and going and going.
And I can't see the screen now because my visual session is.
Yes, only I've got a part with it now.
Oh man, if it sounds like
guys.
I'm my phone, I'm not. Actually, just before we go, a quick thank you, obviously, to EA. It was a pretty good game. We did enjoy playing it.
I paid for it, so I'm not going to say thank you.
And I didn't technically play it; I just watched it. So, actually,
enjoy
EA,
that, yeah.
You can probably stuff it.
Deal with it, EA. Catch you later, guys.
Dan the Renegade. Sofa Gamer says, no, all right, I'll leave it. Right, bye.
Bye.